serious questions like how many blowjobs would this buy me? Could I break a record where, that chick that got the 1,000 guys in one day? Could I stay there for several years with $100 million and just be the guy that got the most blowjobs?
What would it take? So you'd have to have 10 a day? Let's figure it out. All right. So
I think you'd die before you actually manage to break the world. But you give it a good try.
So 100 mil.
Trying to break the world record.
So you go over there, what you do is you buy a place. So you buy a family. But what you do is you buy a family a place so that they
have to take care of the ins and outs.
Because if you're just like
you're running the girls through it only counts if it's a different one. No, it's a different one.
So
like a different one comes in. To get the most blowjobs from the most prostitutes in Thailand.
The most. So it's two most.
And each one of them gets signed their name to say that they give you the knob job.
Okay, you just film it.
You got to keep tabs and you got to keep records in your world record attempt.
Okay, yeah.
Because you don't understand, Si. Like even though they don't talk about it, that chick that took the 1,000 dicks in one day, she's in the Guinness Book of Records.
Hang on.
They mightn't put it in the book, but she would be in the record for having the most dicks. Right?
Yeah, she has. It will be. We all recognise
in the current scheme of things.
Yeah, I mean, if perhaps like the digital records were lost,
maybe.
And communication broke down for 5-10 years, it would be forgotten.
Promiscuous, but there was no count going on. That's right.
Will people still speak about it in the next generation?
It didn't need to be meteorised. It didn't need to be sponsored by Trojans or anything.
I think having the most from the most is interesting. I think then you would need to have, so for 10 years. So I think if you even had...
How many would you do a day? That's the question.
Well, that's why I'd say...
How many prepared 10? How many times could you, drop a seed in someone else's mouth and then get them to make the autograph and put their name down on the book?
10?
If I was doing nothing else but that...
Don't you think? I mean, what?
Like if I didn't... people brought me food and I was set up a little special seat with the entertainment thing.
First of all, let's define the
space for a head to come in and just, do the bobbing.
How many can you afford for 100 million? This is the question. So first of all, you've got to buy a place. Right? And the best way to buy a place over there is to buy it with a family. And why I say that is because if you're
they're locals, they know the good food, they know all the stuff.
Also, that you might not get.
You're the sponsor. You can help them out a lot. They can get the best of the best.
Because if you go in and just take a bit of land, then locals might not.
Why would you? You're just there for the thing. You're there to get the records, right?
Cool.
You're helping out.
So you
the
buy a
local
little
community's
place,
being helped out.
And then you make sure you don't. They never suck the dick, right? They know. No. That would be
That's what keeps them loyal.
Yeah, loyal.
Like they know they're part of the privilege.
That's it. They give you the meals.
Insiders.
Meals and
the older brothers and that can come and help, in providing the sending out the requests to the girls. Oh, I got this friend overseas friend. He's staying at my place. You want to just come and help him out? You know what I mean? Like it makes it more familiar. They can go through the whole lot. And it does. It's like intermediate business. He gets a little bit of a cart. You know what I mean? She gets a cart. Name in the book.
Okay. So let's say you spend $1 million in the setup. So you got 99 mil left.
Yeah, that's it.
And for 10 years, we'll say that you just spend also on your lavish lifestyle $1 million a year.
Of course. Getting your whatever you need to make sure you get that 10 a day. That's it. Or maybe even 20 if you use the right special pharmaceutical sponsors. Getting them old blueies going.
10's not unreasonable.
Unreasonable, of course. Yeah.
And then so I think you're down about 11 mil. So let's say you've got 90 mil and 9 mil a year. So it's like sort of 4.
Like you could drop some serious bombs into that community with the friends you make, like being there and because you wouldn't just want to be in the seat all the time. You want to go out and eat out, wouldn't you? Occasionally, be like the king of bloody coming down through the streets. All the people he's helped out, everyone acknowledging, hey, there you are, you're the nicest bloke ever. Gave us 10,000 times our wage in fucking one night, fucking blowjob. What a fraction of what it would cost you here, or any other Western country, helping out the community. And then maybe once you've got to that point where you got to know quite a few of them and went, oh look, you're all great people, mate. I'm going to keep blowing until I die. So as soon as I drop dead, I'm just going to, that money's yours. There, will it over to them. Let them have it. Bam. Ultimate gift. Total community just turns around, start building schools, educating the children properly, rebuilding the land.
So 90 mil. And you haven't done weird things like you just
no, just on a blowjob.
Yeah. So 90 million. So you got 90 million. Basically got $90 million to spend on blowjobs. It's a lot of. I guess. So you got $9 million a year. $9 million a year. So you've got about
There's some people that are going to be listening to this and going,
I don't know. You got
that's a dream. That is a fucking dream right there. It becomes living in a fucking dream. There it is.
7/12s are okay. So let's say you've got like $700,000 a month. Yeah. So 700. So you got $350,000 every fortnight. $175,000 a week. Yeah. So you're down to and everything else is covered. So it's $175,000 a week. like 7 is 17.
Trying not to choke it.
So it's 2.
That's what she said.
3. What is that, like $25,000 a day? I don't know.
That's some serious fucking blowjobs, man.
Is that right?
I don't know.
Something like that. About 25,000 a day. It's fair enough. So you got about, well, no, that's
lavish.
No.
You want to be in a good hotel for that.
No.
You don't want to be living in some fucking home. You
No. You've already spent $1 million. No, you spent $1 million on the house and all that setup, and then you've got $1 million a year for costs and the cost of like living a lavish lifestyle. And so this is just for blowjobs.
Super blowjobs special, yeah.
So you got $9 million a year because you got 100 mil. You've spent 10 million and 11 million. We'll just say just for ease. I'm trying to make it a little easy. 10 million. So you got 90 left, and so that's 9 a year, and the 9 a year is about 700,000 a month, which is 350, and then $175,000 a week, which is around it's not 30, so it's like about 25
years or something.
$24,000 a day, which is about $1,000 an hour. So if you were trying to do it for 10 hours, you could about $2,500 an hour. Is that 24? Yeah, so $2,500 an hour.
Like if you break it down like that, yeah.
Right, because at $1,000 an hour, really, you'd only be hiring like a couple. Depending, like you're paying fair rates. Like you weren't just going to some place and then going, oh well, I can just get $10 hookers here. That's not fair.
Yeah.
Just because you're going somewhere where it might be acceptable.
Swallowy's in the alleyway, and you can put your name there. Yeah, that's right.
No. You've got your whole arrangement. You've got your $1 million place and family and all your So I suppose you're $2,500 an hour. So
affordable.
Affordable. Yeah, you get like, I think that you could easily have what?
Well, record's broken.
10 for $2,500 an hour. Like if they're just giving a blowjob, like, could you then have like, say for example, $250 each? Is that reasonable? I think
that seems fairly reasonable. I mean, what are they normally doing?
Remember
conversion rates. Remember conversion rates, man.
Yeah, you pay proper rates. That's why I think I don't believe in slave labor or like we go somewhere else in your place.
I'm hearing you.
Just because you go to a place where it's $10, you pay them what you would have to pay in your country.
Because you've got the extra. You've got all that extra, mate.
Yeah,
that's right.
So $250, you pay $250. Yeah. So then you could get 10 girls. So you got 10 girls an hour. So you get 200.
That's it.
So there you go. So 10 times a day, you have 10 girls.
Yeah, gobble dog.
So 1,000 girls a day. So that's 365,000 a year. So 3.65 million blowjobs is what you're aiming for.
That's a lot of BJs.
That's a body count, brother.
Oh, would you be the withered alien from fucking Mexico after that experience?
No.
Well, if you ate well and you
I
banged down their moistures,
I reckon the male body could survive.
I reckon you could.
I'm pretty sure the male body.
And it would actually be quite enjoyable, I reckon.
Could have sex 3.65 million times. No. So the benefit here is you got 10 girls. Like so you wouldn't. So you're not trying to have. You're not trying to. Yeah, that's not. It's a scale of 10. So it's only 365,000 ejaculates.
Yeah, that's it.
But each one's being provided
by the 10 at the same. Yeah. Oh, mate, you'd be just covered. You'd be smothered, mate, wouldn't you? Or is it just 10 tongues just circling around?
I don't know.
What would be the configuration?
You're in fantasy land. I was just doing maths now.
You're gonna need a manager and some sort of art director fucking giving directions and shit. Like, you know what I mean, with the snappy thing and whacking the butt with the ruler and shit. Keep it up.
Yeah. Because so that's
motivator.
doable.
That's right.
The issue is, I think so. What you have to come to terms with is that if you are having 1,000 people a day, so you've got it's 10. Yeah, no, sorry, it's 10. No, not 1,000. It's 10 girls times 10, so 100 girls a day.
Yeah, 100 girls a day. Yeah,
100 girls.
Don't get over it.
Yeah, geez.
1,000 a day, man.
Maybe I was going over the top there. So is it 100 girls a day?
Completely empty. Yeah.
Yeah, because 20,000. Got
to be careful with that mass, man.
You
could
do.
be,
it's all in my head. I'm not actually.
First day could be a complete ending to you. You know what I mean? Like
so, 100 a day is 365. So 365, 36,500. Is that better? So 365 times 100. Chuck 2 zeros on the end. Yeah. No.
That's rounding.
So that's 35,600. I like it. 365,000. No, 36,500.
Whoa.
And then you do that by 10. So it's got
a whole
scale out. It was.
It's like a solar revolution of blowjobs. That's what
36,500. So 365,000 is the amount of people, but then it's 36,500 blowjobs.
Scenario. Yeah.
10 a day. That's very nice.
That's a good, like if you
even 365,000, like
even like
the
a
most.
petition, right? Like a petition.
I think
someone petition someone or the government or whatever. That's good numbers. Like even just to do a petition.
Well, I don't think it would be as valuable to women or yourself if you tried to have like 365,000 different women.
Oh, okay. The logistics. Yes.
Yeah, and then you want to have like more of a situation where you'd have
a reasonable number.
Well, you want to say the most from the most. So you want to be, so you want
mostest, hostess.
You want people to give you more than one.
Yeah.
But if you try to have, if you wanted someone to give you that 10 times,
that's right.
Yeah, maybe you'd have them for a month, that week, something like that. I think something to something they've got a good value because $250. If you just one 250, you can't do much of 250. You'd spend that.
No, you only get you so far.
But you had 10 or 100 of those, like 10 times, like then then you got like 25 grand, 50 grand. Yeah, that's a good
down the back straight.
And now and so then you get the most from the most.
Yeah.
So it's like you pay $50,000 a woman.
Really made it.
You pay $50,000 a person, and to be part of the thing for the to have the most. So that's part of the deal.
Yeah.
And it's a 10-year project.
Beyond the top of the list, like someone really would have to have your commitment to get past that. Like
I reckon you can get that funded
earlier. You want to start it earlier, and you want to do it longer. But
you need to have
gradual draining
to achieve this.
Like max value.
To achieve this, you would have to have subscriptions of 25 grand a day, wouldn't you? I mean, well plus the other money, but the 25 grand a day is the most of it, right?
Yeah. Sharing
viewers
is
would that bring? Like so for each session, you'd need to break that down with $1 million a year plus the mil, so 10, 11 million. So you'd have to include that in it. But what I'm trying to think would be
there'd be overheads. Like you'd always think that, right? Unexpected.
People wouldn't sub all day. But would it be? So that maybe there'd be monthly subscribers. Okay, hang on. Usually it's the monthly subscriber.
Come in and get the whole, collage. Come in for the collage of the,
Yeah. So you got the monthly subscriber, and so you need.
Come watch me break
so
a record.
Back up to 175, 350, 700,000.
And you can have subs actually do the little special sponsoring when they want to see a previous, participant come back in again, and they get a cut. You know what I mean, like a special sponsor cut.
So 700,000
come back in and take care of daddy.
So I think if you had like 800 grand a month in subscriptions, maybe 750 a month in subscriptions. So that's quite a few subscribers still because
all chucking in a bit,
$1 each, 750,000. I think you could more likely get like $10 subs for 75,000 people to watch it.
Mate,
do you think you could get 10 people $75,000?
It would almost pay for itself after that period. You know what I mean?
You get 75,000 people to pay $10 a month.
Come in, watch her go through them.
Yeah, just have like the most ridiculous this mission.
Just absolute mission. Yeah,
dedicated, like
filming for X amount of hours a day, like coming in for the 10-hour special.
Yeah, and you've got to have
that's what I'm saying, man. Put the commitment in.
Fitness people,
put the commitment in. Have the trainer. You know what I mean? Like buff master.
The women like up to 50 grand.
Get the super fluffers in there, mate. Oh,
well, they'd be reverse fluffers. They'd be fluffing the women. So it wouldn't be fluffing you. The as in whoever you is. You'd have to have professional fluffers for women, so that they will could sustain.
You'd have to be having the pre-commitment to the your sport. That's that particular sport of excellence.
I suspect. I mean,
like the level of commitment that would be required to pull it off.
It'd be $1 million a month, $800,000 a month channel.
Yeah,
it's not a small channel though. It's still pretty hefty. People are going to have to be.
That's some serious cooking. Like if you were that way inclined, then you could jump on that bandwagon pretty easy.
But I don't think you could do. I think that would be a bit of a maximum. I think that if you have you seen many videos where you've got like more, even
would it be
10,
when you
like
got to that point where you sort of gotten a bit low on cash, so you thought, I've got all these recordings, I could just start it up. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to have live stuff yet. I can just drop me vids to put the hooks out, get the subs. People just coming in and going, oh yeah, I get it. I like this shit. That's my groove.
Wouldn't you get like a Bonnie Blue or something to sort of sponsor you?
Help out, of course.
She sets up the challenge, so it gives it legitimacy.
She's like the overfluffer. She's just there. Yeah, that's it. Getting them ready, getting them all buffed. Bam, in you go. Like it'd just get the mega bucks happening, wouldn't it? Like the gooners would be gooning so hard that the toilets would be blocked from all the seminal discharges. The socks would not be able to contain them. They'd just have to go straight down
At that point,
the sewers become like
the operation.
Yeah. Well, it becomes like a DNA central, isn't it? You'd just be able to collect it all through the sewers.
What? Hang on. Where are all with your viewers? The viewers are all they're all at the base, all around the base, are they? Or are they around the world?
Well,
because you're only one person. You're only one person.
Syndicate. You want to be syndicate.
Yeah, but I mean, you would be
You start off in the local. You start off in the local collective, and then you sort of branch out. If you've got interest in the bites.
No, sure, and that's in your subscribers. But I'm trying to say is like you're still only one person, even if you are attracting a subscriber base of 700,000.
Oh, you'd have to include like other personalities to.
Or 70,000. $10 a month.
Keep it fresh and make it more familiar to the others.
And that's the new videos every day.
Clamp it down, keeping it going. Never a dull moment.
No, well, that's why you'd have different scenes and everything all set up. That's why,
the whole green screen, so you're on the beach and, do all the usual visual effects, smooth it out.
And
bit of AI manipulation.
your property would be near the beach. The $1 million property you bought in Cambodia or everywhere doing this insanity.
Of course, you want to pick the right spot.
Well, some of which allows it, but you pay properly. It's just no exploitation.
To me, it's
not
your
exploitation.
accessibility to where the products you're after are the most densest. You know what I mean? Like,
and most receptive.
Money talks. It does, doesn't it?
But also culturally. If we went and tried to do that in Russia, I don't think it would work quite as well. Or
no, well, get your
even in Australia. Like, imagine trying to do that in Australia. And I'm not even talking about like, oh, but we're more educated and so we'd stand up to you, fucking misogynist cunt. I'm talking about like how it's actually just, even like ladyboys and everything, that there's actually a different cultural angle on it. Like there's a real misunderstanding
a
grotesquerie around the way that sort of Asian culture, I don't know, business and stuff is different like in that way. So it's just like, I think especially if you're not being exploited.
While on holiday, it doesn't really,
Well, just don't be exploited. That's it.
That's it.
If you're going over there because it's cheap, that's the wrong reason. I think if you're going over there because you're it's actually culturally, it's the cultural norm, and so you feel normal there and safe.
Yeah.
And then people want to earn money to know your sorry ass. Then that's good. And also try and respect.
No,
and I think
I'm sure it'd be achievable. If you are.
I suspect a lot of
these real cruel cunts, but just
cruel
said,
people
hey,
everywhere.
This is my goal. I want to do this. This is my thing. Do you want to participate? And they're like, for that, yeah, sure.
So let's say you had
that's helping a lot. What it's not what I'd normally get from the other tourists,
100 girls
that's
a day,
actually helping a lot.
And you have them for 500. So 2 days is $500. So yeah, maybe not 50 grand. Maybe they get 35. So maybe you've got them for like maybe 3 months, maybe something like that. 90, 100 days.
Yeah.
So 100 days. At $250 a day. Yeah, so 25 grand. I guess if 100 days. So a couple months, 3 months.
And the rest is just